The hand is a non-SI unit of measurement of length standardized to 4 inches. It is used to measure the height of horses in some English-speaking countries, including Australia, Canada, the Republic of Ireland, the United Kingdom and the United States. It was originally based on the breadth of a human hand. The adoption of the International Inch in 1959 allowed for a standardized imperial form and a metric conversion. It may be abbreviated to H or HH, although measurements between whole hands are usually expressed in what appears to be decimal format. The subdivision of the hand is not decimal but is in base 4, so subdivisions after the radix point are in quarters of a hand, which are inches. Thus, 62 inches is 15½ hands, or 15.2 HH. Terminology. Hands may be abbreviated to H or HH. The HH form is sometimes interpreted as standing for hands high. Quote, when spoken aloud, hands are stated by numbers. 15.0 is 15 hands, 15.2 is alternately 15.2 or 15 hands 2 inches, and so on. To convert inches to hands, the number in inches is divided by 4, then the remainder is added after the radix point. Thus, a horse that measures 60 inches is 15 hands high, and a horse halfway between 15 and 16 hands is 15.2 hands, or 62 inches tall. Because the subdivision of a hand is a base 4 system, a horse 64 inches high is 16.0 hands high, not 15.4. A designation of 15.5 hands is not halfway between 15 and 16 hands, but rather reads 15 hands and 5 inches. An impossibility in a base 4 radix numbering system, where a hand is 4 inches. History. Ancient Egypt. The hand, sometimes also called a hand breadth. A hand's breadth is an anthropic unit, originally based on the breadth of a male human hand, either with or without the thumb, or on the height of a clenched fist. On surviving ancient Egyptian cubit rods, the royal cubit is divided into 7 palms of 4 digits of fingers each. 5 digits are equal to a hand, with thumb, and 6 to a closed fist. The royal cubit measured approximately 525 millimeters, so the length of the ancient Egyptian hand was about 94 millimeters. Biblical use. In biblical exegesis, the hand measurement, as for example in the vision of the temple, authorized version Ezekiel chapter 40 verse 43, is usually taken to be palm a hand breadth, and in modern translations may be rendered as hand breadth or 3 inches. Britain. The hand is a traditional unit in Britain. It was standardized at 4 inches by a statute of King Henry VIII in 1541, but some confusion between the various types of hand measurement, and particularly between the hand and the hand's breadth, appears to have persisted. Phillips's Dictionary of 1706 gives 4 inches for the length of the handful a hand, and 3 inches for the hand's breadth. Mortimer gives the same, 3 inches for the hand's breadth, and 4 for the handful, or simply hand, but adds, the hand among horse dealers, and amp c, is 4 fingers breadth, being the fist clenched, whereby the height of a horse is measured, thus equating hand with both the palm and the fist. Similarly, Wright's 1831 translation of Buffon mentions a hand breadth, the breadth of the 4 fingers of the hand, or 3 inches, but the Encyclopedia Perthensis of 1816 gives under palm a hand, or measure of lengths comprising 3 inches. Use in measuring horses. Today the hand is used to measure the height of horses, ponies, and other equines. It is used in the US, and also in some other nations that use the metric system, such as Canada, Ireland and the UK. In other parts of the world, including continental Europe, and in FEI-regulated international competition, horses are measured in metric units, usually meters or centimeters. In South Africa, measurements may be given in both hands and centimeters, while in Australia, the equestrian regulations stipulate that both measurements are to be given. In those countries where hands are the usual unit for measuring horse height, inches rather than hands are commonly used in the measurement of miniature horses, miniature ponies, miniature mules, donkeys, and Shetland ponies. A horse is measured from the ground to the top of the highest non-variable point of the skeleton, the withers. For official measurement, the spinous process of the fifth thoracic vertebra may be identified by palpation and marked if necessary. Miniature horses, but not miniature ponies, are measured at the base of the last true hairs of the mane rather than at the withers. For international competition regulated by the Fédération Équestre Internationale and for USEF competition in the US, a horse can be measured with shoes on or off. In the United Kingdom, official measurement of horses is overseen by the Joint Measurement Board. For JMB purposes, the shoes must be removed and the hooves correctly prepared for shoeing prior to measurement.